Hello, students. Now there's my welding helmet. So we come to our last weldment on the X. Our last weldment on the X. And so I'm going to put a little bit of a challenge to you today. Everything that we have done so far has been in the 1G position, in the 1G position. And so I'm going to offer you to use an electrode that we all enjoy using. We're going to use the E7018. Oh, Mr. Clark, thank you. We love the E7018. Wow. We love it's a drag electrode. It's a little difficult to start sometimes until you learn a couple little tricks, but it's an easy electrode, probably one of the easiest electrodes to use once you figure out a trick or two in starting it. Okay, but don't sing my praises too quickly because I'm putting a challenge to you. I'm going to make this one just a little bit more difficult because this isn't an intro class. This is just a little bit more of an advanced class. So now we are going from the 1G position, and I'm going to challenge you to the oh no, to the 2G position. Yes, I want to see this horizontal in a horizontal position. Okay, in a horizontal position. Okay, so the nice thing is, first of all, let's talk about how we're going to set this up. All right. The cool thing is our tables will slide to wherever you want them to slide. So I'm a little bit taller than some of you, so I can take my table, and there's an adjusting nut back here that I can adjust. And if you need to get me to help you, that's fine. And let's adjust it. So it's right about, and don't be intimidated because if you have the right arc length, if you're traveling at the right motion, you're not going to get a lot of spatter, a lot of spark from this E7018. Okay, and so then I'm going to set this up right here, and this is a little bit warm because I put a couple of beads on it already. So I'm going to put it right about right here. And I'm going to set it up. Okay, that's about where I want to go. About where I want to go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, and I can even push it back so I can set myself up on the table. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, and that's the way we're going to weld. Remember, it doesn't matter which position I'm welding in. If I'm welding in the 1G, if I'm welding in the 2G, if I'm welding 3G, or if I'm welding 4G, I have to keep that electrode perpendicular to my weld, like I'm pushing the electrode into the weld, regardless of the position that I'm welding at. All right, I don't want to lean that electrode too far. Okay, all right. If I'm welding in the 1G, do I weld like this or do I weld like this? Okay, and so sometimes the propensity is when I get out of position, out of a 1G position, the propensity is to want to lean that electrode too far. And again, if I was welding in the vertical position, to want to lean it too far in direction of travel. Remember, electrode, the position of the electrode in relationship to your weld does not change. Okay, and so even though my weld is vertical, I still have to keep that electrode vertical and 90 degrees of my weld. Okay, now I'm going to change about 15 degrees in direction of travel, so I'm going to go about 15 degrees this way as I drag it this way. Okay, but don't overcompensate just because your weld is vertical. Right. Now, again, the propensity is here. As some of you saw when we were doing in the 1G position, the propensity is here to start building up down here at the bottom, and your water or your welds start running out the bottom. Again, imagine that you've got sides on here, and you've got to fill this thing up all the way. So I want it to come out just as even as if it was in the 1G position. And you've got to stack the beads. You've got to stack the beads. Okay. Our amps are going to be at 120, 125, which is what we typically run for E7018, 1/8 inch. We're going to be using the 1/8 inch electrode. Maybe it's a little bit more of a steady rod. And I'll give you the choice. I'll tell you what, I'll give you the choice. If you're more comfortable using 3/32, we would set that at about 85, 90, 95. Probably about and probably about 90 would probably be about the best amperage for that. But I will give you the choice. You tell me which one you want to use, and I will let you fill it up. The 78, the 1/8 inch is going to fill it up a little quicker. But if you're more comfortable using 3/32, by all means, okay. I like to, I like working the system a little bit, and I'll use the 1/8 inch because I know it'll fill it up a whole lot quicker. Okay. So let's see what we can do. So we've got everything set up. I'm not going to change the way I put my electrode in my electrode holder. I'm still going to put it in there at a 90-degree angle. And I'm still going to run it just the same way that I've ran it all the other times. Okay? All right. And again, I'm dragging back towards my handle. Okay? So here we go. Again, making sure your weld puddle stays about the same size, making sure that your electrode stays behind your puddle. And when you're chipping it, I don't care if you pick it up like this, that's fine. Okay, there's my first pass. Okay, there's my first pass. All right, I'm going to lay my next pass right on top of that one. Okay, this is the pass that I just laid right here. I'm going to lay that next pass right on top of that toe. Right on top of that toe. Okay, here we go. Kind of hard to talk and weld at the same time. And get to the end, do your little circle over the top. Okay. You notice I'm moving just a little bit quicker than what we do if we're in the 1G. I'm not, I'm not burning up near as much electrode. Okay. Yes, I am moving a little bit quicker. Okay. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but you notice the slag tends to fall down. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care if that slag falls down or not, because that's not what I'm looking for. But when I chip the slag off, I'm looking to see where that weld is at. That's what I'm looking to see. And as you can see, it's right there on top. Okay. Okay. So now my next one is going to be right up here, right up inside here. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And this is probably one of the more difficult ones, because you're aiming right up in that corner. Okay. So position yourself, get everything where you need to go. If you need to raise your table up a little higher, that's fine. Whatever you got to do to get that weld where you need it to be. Make sure you're following the toe of that weld and right in that corner. And Mr. Clark's going to grab a cheating tool that I've got right over here. I want it nice and clean so you can see it. And you see how that last one is right up in the corner there. Right up in the corner there, okay? And so you see them starting to stack, and you see how they're evenly mashed. Even if I have it sitting like this, they're evenly mashed and they're rising up. They're coming up the same way, okay? So that'll be your last weldment on the X, okay? E6011. Next one rolling over is GMAW. The next one is FCAW. This one is E7018, but in the 2G position. Okay? Any questions? I'll see you in the booth. I'm out.